So I've just pinged the chat in the chat, the URL, and now we are going live. Okay. And we are live now.
Okay.
Just a second. We'll wait for some time till everybody
Sure, sure.
joins. Okay. We'll just wait for some 1 to 2 minutes and then we'll probably start. Okay, so we have now people joining in. So again, welcome Sudhanshu and Satyajit. Today, Satyajit is with us and is again a BCA final year student, and probably he'll be giving his interview with respect to data science. Again, we have our another host, Sudhanshu Kumar, as usual. So today he's also going to be taking the interview as usual. So yes, welcome guys, and again let's start this particular interview without wasting any time, and let's proceed. So yes, Sudhanshu, you can proceed ahead.
Yeah, Soumya. So, can you please talk about yourself a little bit so that we can get some context, we can get some idea about you?
Thank you for conducting this virtual interview. I am Satyajit Narayan and I am a BCA third year student from Odisha. And I have been into machine learning and the data science field from like some months now. So, yeah.
Yeah, go ahead, go ahead.
Yeah, sir, that's all.
Okay, fine. So fine, Soumya, so can you please tell me your strong point? Do you like coding or do you like MLDL algorithms or whatever it is, right? So because I think you are in third year and there are many things to explore and many things is going to come into a picture. So once you will get out of your college, right? So can you please talk about that?
Sir, basically, I do code in Python, but I don't code that much.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, like, uh, I am not that much into the OOPS concept. I basically use the scripting part of Python for
Okay.
most part.
Mm-hmm.
But I am actually well aware of how OOPS is used in the industry also. So I will be shifting to that once I am actually like completing this scenario. And after that, whatever projects I'm doing in scripting, I'll just frame it into some OOPS concepts and try my hands on over
Okay.
that. So
Okay.
basically, I am into algorithms now and a bit of statistics.
Okay, so algorithm and bit of statistics, right?
Yes,
So
sir.
yeah, Chris, I think you can start with the stats part. So after that, I'll get into ML part.
Sure.
Sure, sir, sure.
So Satyajit, so let's ask basics simple question regarding stats. Can you just tell me the difference between population and sample?
So population is actually the whole thing, and sample is the subset of population. Like given an example, if I am testing the number of COVID patients in my state, then that will be a population, and some part of it will be the sample.
Okay. So how do you compute population mean and sample mean? Like what is the basic formula for that?
So formula is like not in my mind now, like it's out of my mind.
Mean. I'm talking about mean, simple mean.
Okay, mean sir, then it's the average formula. Like,
Average formula. But
yes,
in
average.
case, what will be the sample case? Like population, you'll be saying that divided by capital N.
Yes,
right?
sir. The whole number.
What about sample mean? Is it n or is it something else?
So it's denoted by mu, I guess.
Mu mean is denoted by mu.
Yes, mean is denoted by mu.
So how do you calculate the average of a sample mean? Basically, a sample. Suppose S is your sample, right? So how do you basically calculate? If I say small n is the sample size, so how do you
Okay.
calculate that? When you do that, what do you divide by it?
So basically n.
N? Are you sure about it? N or is it n minus one?
Sorry, yes, n minus one.
Now, why
At
it is n minus one?
mm, that thing I'm not aware of, sir. Sorry.
Oh, okay, not a problem. So just tell me about normal distribution. What are
So
the
normal.
properties? Yeah, what are the
Yes, a
properties of?
normal distribution shows a bell curve
Hmm?
where the mean median mode is zero. Or sorry, mean equal to median and equal to mode. Mean and
Mean equal to
median.
median equal to mode.
Yes, sir.
Okay, now this is confusing. Okay, what are the main properties of normal distribution data? Suppose if I have one of a feature which is normally distributed, so what all things you can come out, what all conclusion you can make from that specific data?
So if it will be a like normal distribution, then it will show a bell curve,
Hmm.
and like 75% of the portion of that and column or the feature will fall into the range of three, like
Are you sure it is 75%?
no, sir, it will be like 66% for the first one, I guess.
66% for the first one,
Yeah,
the same?
first boundary, and for the second boundary, it will be around some 75 or 85, and the last one will be like 99.3, I guess.
Okay, so just check out that particular percentage. It is not like that. Okay, I think you're just sending some random numbers, picking up some random numbers. Okay, what is the difference between normal distribution and standard normal distribution?
So they are like the same thing for the most part.
Sorry,
They are like the same thing for the most part.
same thing for the most part. What does that mean?
That means normal distribution. Uh,
What is standard normal distribution? What will be the mean over there? What will be the standard deviation over there? How do you convert a normal distribution into standard normal distribution?
I'm a bit confused over here, sir.
Okay. Okay. So, shall I continue with statistics? Still, there is some more things. Have you heard of chi-square?
Yes, sir. Test, right? Chi-square test.
When do you use chi-square?
I forgot that part, sir. Actually, I have not revised that well.
Okay. What topics you are very much comfortable in? Just tell me.
Analysis and machine learning.
Analysis. So I asked you chi-square is an analysis terminology, earlier, right? Okay,
Yes,
fine. So in analysis, which part again? Because see,
sir.
converting your normal distribution to standard normal distribution is also done by stuffs which you actually use for analyzing things, right?
Yes, sir.
So tell me,
Like feature scaling, feature engineering part.
okay, okay, in feature engineering, let's consider featuring. How do you, suppose if you have an outlier, how do you plan to remove an outlier? What are the various steps?
Sir, if I will plan to remove an outlier, I will like do the bridging kind of thing if the distribution is not normal, like lower bridge and upper bridge. Using that, I can remove the outlier.
Low average and upper average?
Lower bridge and upper bridge.
Lower, what lower and upper bridge? Where do you find this lower and upper bridge?
So
What do you
that's a
find it?
there's a formula to calculate the lower bridge and upper bridge, and like it will be, I guess, subtracted from the IQR or derived from the IQR.
What is IQR?
Interquartile range.
So what does that basically say? What is I know the full form. What is
Okay.
interquartile range?
The difference between the 25th percentile and the 75th percentile, the difference basically, the range.
The difference between the value between 75 percentile and 25 percentile. Okay, why do you think they basically take an IQR value and then probably they multiply with something to find out the outliers?
Sir, it's a range, like, so the most values will fall in that range, like 25 to 75.
Okay. Okay. So you're saying that most of the values fall inside, so you basically use that specific formula. Okay. How do you find out whether there is an outlier in a data set? How do you check it
So
out?
there are some methods like box plot is there for
Okay.
visual representation. Box
What
plot
all
is,
information your box plot will give?
sir, box plot basically gives me the median, the 25th percentile, the 75th percentile, and I guess the minimum value, maximum value, and the outliers.
What is that minimum value? It is a 0th percentile or it is some other percentile?
So the minimum value basically is the lowest value in the whole column.
So by default, can I consider that as a 0th percentile?
Um, so percentile actually means everything below that percent.
Mhm. So if zero,
So
if there is a minimum value, you
mhm,
think anything will be present below that?
no,
No? So can
no,
I consider that as a 0 percentile?
might maybe so maybe
Now what happens if there is a dot? Usually an outlier is shown in a dot way, right?
dots.
If that is present below the minimum line, what do you feel for that? Then what do you think what it is?
Sir,
Why that
it
value may be coming?
it can be basically it can be like misinterpreted or miswritten over there, or it might not actually fit into that and that thing, because for like we need a bit of domain knowledge over here.
So I'm sure many people are saying today you are getting bored, it seems.
No, it's not like that. So I'm just like listening to your like questions and the kind of answer Satyajit is trying to give. So fine, once you will be done. So after that, I'll start
Sure,
my
sure.
questions.
Okay. Now, one more thing, just Satyajit, tell about central limit theorem. I'm just asking you a simple question. I'm not asking you any use case and all. So, what is central limit theorem?
Sir, I had read this, but I'm not remembering this at this
Okay.
point.
What are feature selection technique do you know?
So feature selection, we have PCA, and also if we go into ensemble techniques, that can also help. Like
PCA is feature selection.
like it shows me which features actually impact the y or the target variable.
Okay. Feature selection. Okay. Just understand about feature selection is mostly used for dimensionality reduction.
Yes,
Okay.
dimension
Feature
reduction.
selection, how you're using it, how PCA you're using it. It should not be told like that. Okay. Let's continue. What all feature selection other than that you know?
Sir, other than that, if like if we go to the correlation part and we see that two variables are, sorry, two columns or two features are highly correlated,
How much highly
then
correlated?
like more than 9 or 8.885, 0.85.
How did you come up with these values?
Sir, I can just do df.core, or I can see the pair plot.
No. How did you come up with the threshold value? I'm saying 90, 85%.
So because it ranges from 0 to 1.
No. Threshold value. When you said, right, it should be greater than zero point 0.9, then probably I'll try to drop a feature. How you're coming
Sir,
up with the threshold value?
exactly not. I can't just say without the domain knowledge over here, because and again, if two features are actually correlated, that always does not mean that we can totally depend on one feature and neglect the other.
Okay. What is the value that will be ranging between for a correlation? What all values are possible?
From the zeroth bracket to the first one, 0 to 1.
Are you sure for correlation? Is it between 0 to 1 or is it between -1 to
Minus
+1?
1, sir, minus 1 to 1.
-1 to +1. Okay. Now,
Yes,
if
yes.
you are considering -1 to +1, what is the basic difference between correlation and covariance?
Mm, so correlation shows us that by the change in one feature, how much it is impacted to the other one.
Hmm.
So
Covariance also
that's,
shows that only.
but sir, correlation shows us the direction. Like
What direction? What do you mean by direction?
if something is positively increasing, then the other
Okay.
feature is negatively decreasing. So
So,
this direction, I guess, covariance
so
does
you're
not show.
saying positive or negative direction it is basically showing. What about covariance then? What does it show?
So covariance actually shows that by the variation in one feature, how much the second feature is impacted, how much variation.
Covariance will also be saying that whether it is going in positive direction or negative direction. It says direction. What it does not say.
So there was 1.1 difference between them.
Okay. Usually covariance values are between -infinity to +infinity. So there is no specific value like -1 to +1. Okay. But you're telling good, not a problem. You're going on good. You have that skills. You have that basic things in your mind. That is good for a college student. Okay.
Thank you, sir.
Now, if I ask you some more things with respect to, suppose I have one of a feature, which is, which is, you know, do you know any machine learning algorithms?
Yes, I know like linear regression, decision tree, now.
Okay, Sudhanshu is all yours now.
Okay, so just tell me one thing, Satyajit, right? So if I have to hire you in my company, right, as a MCA graduate, so what kind of capabilities you would like to show me? Because of that, maybe I'll get some idea about yourself, and then because of that, so I will be able to hire you. So how you are going to what capability you have? Why I should hire you? Can you please tell me about that?
Uh, yes, sir. Like if I tell on the things on the resume side of the things
Mm-hmm.
or the skill set side of the things, then like machine learning, I have done some study on like many machine learning algorithms.
Okay, not as studies. So just talk about let's talk about work, right? So what is the kind of a work that you have done? What is the kind of a project use cases, POCs or RFPs you have built so far, so forth? So anything that you can discuss, anything that you can talk about, any idea, any experience in those areas?
Sir, I have basically made some classification related projects, mainly classification. Regression, I have also worked on that, but not that much as I worked on classification.
Okay, so you have worked on classification algorithm, right? So okay, which classification algorithm by the way?
So mainly decision trees, ensemble techniques.
Okay, so mainly like a decision tree or ensemble technique. Fine. So can you please explain me like how decision tree works, by the way?
Sir, yes, decision tree basically plots a tree type of structure
Okay.
by taking into consideration the Gini index or the entropy, and by
Hmm.
the information gain, it
Hmm.
actually starts plotting the leaf nodes.
Okay, so how many kind of a decision tree are you aware of?
So decision tree, how many kind? Like decision tree also has like regression classifier. These are the
No, so
two
again inside
parts.
that, so whenever we are talking about variants of a decision tree based on the way it is going to create a tree, because Guinea is nothing but one of the way by which it will be able to create a tree, or maybe like entropy is one of the way by which it will try to create a tree. So apart from that, so any other idea, any other concept that you have heard of?
Sir, in regression, it uses like mean square error.
No, I'm just talking about the variants. I'm just talking about the variants of or the variety of the way by which it will be able to create a decision tree. This is what I'm talking about.
Sir, these two are the only ones, and I have also heard of a third one.
Okay.
I'm not remembering that
I think just now
exactly.
you said these two are the only one, and then you are saying you
No, sir,
heard
these
of.
two are the only ones which I've like used, and there was also one that I have heard of, but
Okay, okay,
not used.
that is fine. So again, Satyajit, my question will be same, right? So if you have to, let's suppose if I have to hire you for my company, right, in my team. So let's suppose if I'm telling you that, okay, fine, show me your capabilities. Chris has already asked you a couple of like a stats question, that is fine. But as a recruiter, if I'm asking you, fine, so show me your capabilities, that what you can do. So maybe based on your work, maybe based out of your project experiences, or maybe based out of the learning, right? So how you are going to project that one, and maybe because of that, so like a further like a further decision will be taken. Yeah. So how you're, what you are going to show it to me, like what kind of use cases or whatever you have done, you are going to show it to me.
Sir, so like I can show you some of my projects which I have done.
Okay, fine, go ahead, show me.
Sir, as of now, I don't have, like I have some half-baked ones in my computer right now, and there
Okay.
are some on my GitHub.
Okay, so I,
Satyajit, one simple question from Sudhanshu is that why should he hire you? Now tell the answer.
very basic one. So
Why
you
should we hire you? Best
yeah.
way.
So you have to prove it, and then only, and I'm just leaving up to you. So I'm not going to ask any questions,
Yeah.
right? Same thing happens even in interview, right? So I'm not going to ask any question. Chris has already asked a couple of questions, even I have asked like a couple of questions, right? Very simple thing is like I have to make a decision, right? So I have a post which is available in my company, and I have to make a decision that why I should hire you, and it's your responsibility to prove yourself. Yeah. Now prove yourself.
Uh,
How you're going to prove yourself, first of all? You're a fresher, right? So for sure, what I will believe is, again, your salary, your many things will be decided based on your capabilities. Even if there is a fresher, and if that fresher is like a performing very good, right, in some area, so for sure, we will not consider him same as other people, right, or other freshers. So for sure, his salary, his compensation or her compensation will be decided based on his or her capabilities. Yeah. So again, now it's your turn. You have to like prove yourself, and now tell me, so what and all things you are going to explain, so that I will get convinced, or maybe not, and I'll think about think about it, maybe to hire you, or maybe not to hire you. Yeah.
yes, sir. So, sir,
And don't become nervous. It's a very simple, right? So it's a very like a normal, genuine question, simple question, right? Think through it. Take your time. We don't have any kind of issue. Me and Chris will be here, right? And you can think about it, how you are going to answer this question, and then you can let us know. Maybe take 2 or 3 minutes of time. It's completely fine with me.
sir, like I can use some machine learning algorithms and make some predictions, like for the data science part, and I can do some analysis in Python.
Let's suppose I have to like offer you. I would like to offer you maybe like a 8.5 lakh of package, right, as a fresher. Now, based on that, you have to like prove your capability. Do it now.
So I can, like I'm good at presentations and I can speak with a good fluency. I
Show
can
me.
like
Don't tell me. Show me then. Many people say that just give me an opportunity, and then I will be able to work in this. Maybe I will be able to work in that. Right? How I will be able to believe that yes, you will be able to do it, or you will not have to do it? Because as a company, so like a company is going to make an investment on you, right? So for sure, company will be looking for a very good amount of like exponential return from like your side, right? If someone has made an investment. So yeah, it's your responsibility. And I think I talked about 8.5 lakh, right? So let's suppose as a fresher, I'm supposed to like give you this package. So for sure, this is not a very regular package for freshers, unless and until you are not from IITs or NITs, right? For sure, NIT, IT people may grab way more than this one. But if I'm talking about like a normal college graduate, so this is not very normal, right? So for sure, company will see some kind of unique capabilities, and based on that, so they are going to offer you. So if I have to offer you for this particular position, so where this will be a package, now what? Don't tell me that you have this, you have that. Whatever you are saying is, I need a proof of it. Simple. All right, Chris. I think this is our way.
Yeah.
Sir, I am not actually aware of that. How can I prove this to you? Like,
Just think of it. Now you're in your final year, right? Now you went for the interview tomorrow only. Just imagine now you're in that interview seat, right?
I am actually confused that how can I prove that this fact to you?
Because we are seeing your resume, we don't see much details in your resume. I cannot understand what is there in your resume. Your LinkedIn ID is there, your Medium ID is there. That's it. Where is your GitHub? GitHub is there.
Yes, sir, GitHub is there.
GitHub is there. Mm. Sudhanshu, could you see his GitHub?
GitHub
Yeah.
URL he has not written, so I'll have to uh,
Search for that,
search
right?
for search for his GitHub, and then only we'll be able to get it.
Yeah, you have written your LinkedIn name, ID name. You have written your Medium name, but you have given your complete email ID. You should give this entire ID.
Yeah,
That
so
will
in,
be
in
good.
your in your GitHub profile, so you have just mentioned a name, and if I'll try to search by this name, so maybe I will be able to get multiple similar kind of a profile, right? With the name of Satyajit. Yeah, you have attached some extension that is a unique one, but still, I'll have to make a search, right? So why I will take this kind of headache to go and search over a Google and then look into verify your profile whether it's yours or not, and then I'll ask some questions. So why I don't take this I should not take this kind of a pain. You're not supposed to give me this kind of a pain, right?
Sorry, sir.
Definitely, man. This basically recruiter will not give you that much time. So, see, it is your growth, Satyajit, because tomorrow you want a job, and you should show your eagerness to get that job. You have to talk, you have to tell, you have to try different things. So that is the reason Sudhanshu Simple asked you that. Okay, just show me, prove me something that yes, you can work tomorrow in one of the project that he's basically
Yeah,
putting up.
and if your GitHub repo is ready, right? If your project is ready, then and there you can open up your GitHub repo, and then you can start showing okay, fine, so this is the work that I've done. If you have productionized something, if you have a video recording of some all of these things, maybe a photo, maybe some snapshot of all of your work, so maybe you can showcase that. With the help of that, you can try to prove it. To prove yourself, you're not supposed to create a presentation, right? So even verbally, by showing all of these works showing us uniqueness of all of these works, so maybe you can prove yourself, right? So yeah, you have something by which you can prove. So just
Okay,
feel
sir.
free to share your screen,
Uh,
and we are
sure, sir.
ready to talk about it.
Yes, sir. Give me a minute. I'm just sharing my screen.
Yeah,
Yeah.
sure. See, don't get nervous, Satyajit. This is for your benefit. Tomorrow
Yes, sir.
you will be going into the industry. Probably you will be working in some of the things.
Yes. I'm sharing my screen, sir.
Sure.
So my screen is visible now.
Yes.
So, sir, this was like a data set where I was given some features and I had to prove the target that it will be yes or no. So this was a banking data set, and the same thing is also mentioned in my resume. So this is the one I'm showing, but after my laptop was formatted, like half of the things are remaining over here. So
Okay, Sudhanshu, I think you can ask about this project, whatever he is doing. Okay, probably put up questions here. At least he'll be comfortable with that, I guess.
Yeah, so can you please talk about this data set first of all?
yes, the data set consisted of like 17 features and like somewhere around 4,52,000 rows. So it was like a good data set to go ahead with.
Okay.
So I chose this data set, and some complexities I actually faced that almost every columns had outliers. Almost every columns had outliers, and many columns were of object type or of string type. So I had to convert them into like numbers. So I had the option of level encoding or one hot encoding,
Mhm.
but And when I went ahead, uh, in the object type, there was a feature known as job, and it had 12 unique values. It
Okay.
had 12 unique values. So if I do label encoding for 12 unique values, it will label them as 0 to 11,
Hmm.
which will again make some bias in the model.
Hmm.
So for this, I can go with one hot encoding. That's like much preferred.
Okay.
So again, I have already the
So
shape of
you
70.
are suggesting that for like a 12 number of features, so you would like to go ahead with the like a one hot or label encoding. Which one?
One hot encoding.
One hot encoding. But I
Yeah.
think you are aware about this particular fact that it will try to create another set of data with the dimension is equal to 12, right?
Right, sir.
So
Not
you are
only
expanding one
12,
column into 12 columns.
not only 12, sir. After that, I have another column which has 12. That is the month one.
Yeah, so 12 plus 12 is equal to 24, and you
24.
have another column as well where you have a four unique features. So again, so I think if I'll try to calculate all of these things, approximately it will come around 30, 35, right?
Yes, sir.
So out of 3 to 4 columns, so you are trying to generate 30, 35 columns, and then you already have 17 columns. So let's suppose 13 column is remaining, right?
Yes, sir.
So 13 column is remaining. So 13 plus 35 is equal to around 48, approximately, right? I have not counted it exactly, but yeah, approximately 45, 48, or 50, right? Number of features, right? Now, again, it's a huge number of features. So do you think that whenever you will try to train your model, so it will be able to generalize itself? If you are like trying to give 48 number of features, where there is a very high chances that you have a dummy variable, because you are trying to integrate, you are trying to do one hot encoding over here. So what is your thought about it?
Sir, like I am aware of a fact in machine learning that we have a curse of dimensionality.
That is fine. Yeah, cost of dimensionality, and because of
Hmm.
that, so you will try to remove one like first a particular like columns or one hot data out of each and
Hmm.
every feature. This
Yes,
is
sir.
what you will do, right?
Again, sir, I can actually like break this data set into three different data sets.
Okay.
Like I have 12 types of jobs,
Okay.
12 categories.
Mhm.
So I can actually make it into like six categories for one data set and six for another, and train them, and after that like
You
merge
are
them.
suggesting that grouping of the data, right?
Kind
But
of.
why you are saying that just based out of job you are going to perform these things? Can't we do these things on top of maybe a month? Can't we do these things maybe based
Yes,
on
sir.
education, right?
Job.
How you are trying to take this decision?
No, sir. Basically, I will just divide the data set. I will not take any particular column. I will just divide it.
Grouping you're talking about, right? So row wise grouping, right? So whichever is having job is equal to one, let's suppose. So fine, it will belongs to one group, and job is equal to two another group, right? So in this way, so you are
Kind
thinking
of.
of dividing different jobs in a different categories, kind of a grouping, right? A
Yes, sir.
clustering kind of approach you can say. But yeah, so with Python, if you're doing it, it simply means that grouping you're trying to do it, right? How
Yes,
you
sir.
are able to make a decision that based on this job column I'm supposed to make a grouping, because you have other column as well where you have a multiple like a unique of like a unique column values available. So how why job?
Mm,
How you will make this decision?
Sir, I have to see that how much job column is actually impacting the other columns or the target variable.
And what is the way of checking that one?
So correlation?
Just a correlation?
No, sir. Correlation is like one metric by which I can check.
What is the others?
Uh, Other, sir, I can do PCA, feature
Okay, instead of
importance.
PCA is basically for dimensional reduction, right?
Mm-hmm.
So for sure you have already encoded your data set 0 1 0 1 0 1, right? And if you are doing a PCA, so again like it will not help you out much. So do you know any other technique by which you can do a encoding maybe in a efficient way without generating like a 48 features out of 17 feature?
Mm. So the only other thing I know is like label encoding, and or I can manually do that.
Manually how? Label encoding, so if you're trying to like do a label encoding, disadvantage of label encoding will be that it may, right, it may create a relation direct relationship with your like labels that you have.
Yes,
right?
sir.
So again, in that case, label encoding is not going to give you a correct model, right? It will be a
Yes,
biased
sir.
model for sure. From the very beginning, we know that, right?
Yes, sir.
So for sure, I'll not even opt for label encoding. I'll discard that particular approach. What are the other approaches? Like you said, manual approach. What is the manual approach?
So I can manually assign values.
But still it will be having some sort of a significance, right? Some sort of a direct relation. Value means numbers you are going to assign, right? And numbers, maybe it will show some kind of like different correlations as compared to your like original data set. Possible, right?
Sir,
So why you
like,
design like why you are going to assign a manually like some sort of a numbers over here? What is the any other way that you can think of?
so as of now, I don't know any other way.
Okay.
But even if I take it to like, let's say 50 columns,
Okay.
then I don't think, because if the computation power of my system is good, then I like don't think that much problem will be caused, because I'm not using any other technique. I'm using robust methods. So yes,
There's nothing called as robust method. So same
like
method,
means the
same method,
higher.
if I'll give you 1000 GB of data set, right? Same number of features. So whatever system you're using, it will fail. And whatever robust method you are trying to say, right? It will not work at all in that way. Okay, fine. Just tell me one thing. So this is a data set that you have, right? What is the meaning of your outcome column?
So which one, sir?
Outcome.
Outcome.
Yeah. What is the meaning of it?
So outcome, P outcome. I have to see the
Yeah,
description,
P
sir.
outcome. Maybe I'm not able to pronounce it correctly. My bad. Yeah.
Yes, I
So
have to like see
P
the.
outcome. What is the meaning of it?
I have to see the data description, sir. Can I?
I think it's yeah, go ahead, see it. But when you have built some project, right, and if you're saying that this is the column on which you have worked upon, right, I think you should give me an answer without looking into a feature. And it's not like 100 number of features; it's just a 17. So I think we should know about it. Yeah, go ahead and
I
see it and then
actually
tell me.
knew, but sorry, sir, I forgot that one.
That's fine.
So I guess I don't have that one now. Sir, P outcome is, I guess, like what happens over here is the guys from the bank actually call the customers and they have a talk with them, and the outcome of the conversation,
What is that one? Outcome?
of the conversation,
Outcome of the conversation. So what conversation?
like we have here LIC, which has like Jeevan Bima plans.
Okay.
So they talk with them for some duration, like you can see the duration column over here.
Mhm.
So, and the campaign column, they run many campaigns like batches.
Okay.
So, yeah, for the first column, what was the outcome?
Okay, so if outcome is unknown, simply means that like out of this campaign, so we have not received anything or something like that.
Yeah, yes. Or they have received, but they are not trying to convey it to
Okay, and
us.
what you are trying to like predict over here? What you are trying to like predict? So what kind of a target you have?
Like, if I am the customer, I am getting called,
Mhm.
will I take their plan or not?
Okay, so bank used to release many different plans, right? So this
Yeah.
is for which plan? So basically it's for credit card or insurance or maybe some sort of a policies, maybe some sort of a offers, maybe
Sir,
some.
any, I guess, a sort of policy that were not written clearly.
Okay, so I think that must be mentioned over here, right?
No, sir, that was not. The word plan was basically mentioned.
Okay, 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 fine. Yeah, fine. So yeah, I think I'm done with that. So yeah, fine. Chris, you have any question?
Um, no, I think Sudhanshu, you can stop sharing your screen, Satyajit.
Thank you, sir.
Yep. Okay, so let's work on the feedback from Sudhanshu. You can actually start the feedback.
Yeah, so but like Satyajit, first of all, like work on the basic part and see whenever you are trying to show something, right? So you must be having understanding about it, because if you're showing something like suppose a data set or maybe its relations, right, or the work that you have done over there on top of the data set. So unless and until you are not aware about it very clearly, so it may affect, right? Because if I'll see anything for sure, like what I will understand is like you have understanding about each and everything, and if you're not able to explain those things, so it will not go in your favor. Hopefully you understand this part, yeah.
Yes, sir. Yes.
So just and again, so when you are saying that I'm well aware of machine learning, because in data science there are multiple parts, machine learning, statistics, again language, again like a computer vision, deep learning, NLP, reinforcement, and any other parts as well which comes into a picture, ML ops, integrations, many things comes into picture. So when you are saying just machine learning, right? So what I will assume over here is that you have some very good efficiency, or you have a very good hold on all the machine learning topics, right? Because you're just talking about machine learning, so you're not giving me even a much space, right, to ask you questions from a different part. So what I will understand is no. So this guy must be very good with the machine learning. So let's talk everything about a machine learning and whatever work that you have done. So yes, this guy is well aware about this particular work. So whenever you are going for like a interview or something, so make sure that first of all update your resume, because in my resume, in your resume, it was even difficult for me to navigate through your GitHub and LinkedIn profile, right? I'll not take a headache to like a search again in a format by which you have prepared your resume, a kind of a project that you have mentioned. It's a sort of a toy project, right? Toy project that you have mentioned, which is again not acceptable at all, like not even as a fresher. If you will mention house pass prediction or maybe some project from a Kaggle, so no one is, because everyone, we all know that anyone can try to pick those projects and then try to put those things into a resume. Anyone can do that, right? Even a person who is not having any idea, understanding about data science, even they can do that, right? So just avoid those projects. Plus whatever data you are using, right? So try to grab a complete understanding about a data, I was talking about p outcome, right? And you had to like search somewhere. What I will understand is no, this guy is not aware about even a data set. Then how I can assume, right, that person will be able to build a model? It's a very simple thought, right? So if you're
Right,
not
sir.
aware about a data, right, I can't even assume that person will be able to build a model. If person has built a model, it's just like a call of a library, and then he has passed data over there, and then some sort of accuracy he is trying to showcase. Means a simple meaning over here is guy has not done any work, right? He has just taken a data and then implemented something. So this is again this will go in a negative direction. So my suggestions to you will be look into all those areas, right? And yeah, so be ready for any kind of an interview, right? And unless and until this part is not ready, so I'll suggest you keep on practicing more and more, right? And as a fresher, so even coding part is very much important, right? So I try to practice that as well. Coding always comes from a practice. It never comes from what I have learned. Even I have learned many things, but if I'll not practice, if I'll not do coding, so maybe I'll not be able to perform in an interview. I'll not be able to
Sure,
write
sir.
even a single line of a code, right? Yeah, this happens. So make sure that you take care of those things, and yeah, so things will be better for you in that case. So yeah,
Thank you, sir.
Chris, this is all from my side.
Thank you, Sudhanshu, for your amazing feedback. And again, as Sudhanshu said, Satyajit, you have to really work on your resume. Your resume can play a very, very important role. Okay, and right now it is not in a very good state as I see, because there you have just given some basic information, just one project, and probably if you're planning to look for a job, you really have to work too much hard. Nowadays competition is huge. You have to be at that top thing, where you know some of the things. And over here, you can see that whatever questions we asked, you are also confused in some of the things. You're not able to probably represent yourself. So these things you have to actually work on. And apart from that, I think the type of knowledge that you have is good, but you need to still polish it. You need to learn in much more depth. Okay. So this was it from our side feedback, but I hope you keep on doing it. Still, you are in your final year. Probably you just have to work on all the things. And guys, everyone, I'm suggesting whoever wants to attend the interview, utilize this opportunity, guys, because this is the opportunity where you'll be getting it. I've heard that even interviewers are asking similar kind of questions from the people who have cracked the interview. So this is very, very important for all of you. Utilize this opportunity again and again. It will not come. So if you really want to attend the interview, drop your resume in krishnax06@gmail.com. Again, Sudhanshu is able to give time because he is quite busy, but he's able to devote this 1 hour because he really wants to help you all. If you don't want to get a help, you can definitely say from next month we'll not continue this. Even me wasting my 1 hour time, instead of this I could have learned something else, right? So come with good things, come with the things, come prepared. Also, you should also be prepared, then it will be much more fun, to attend the interviews and all, right? That is what I want. And yes, people are also saying, Sudhanshu, bring some people from iNeuron. I was seeing some comments like that. So probably next week we'll be bringing people from iNeuron, from the people who have completed or who are about to complete the course also. So there also you'll get to see some experience also. I right, Sudhanshu? I hope you will be able to get it right.
Yeah.
And Satyajit, work on your weaknesses. Keep on making your strength as more, be more polished into it. And yes, you will be able to definitely do well. Okay.
Thank
So
you, sir.
this was it from all our side, guys. Thank you, Sudhanshu, once again for
Yeah,
this. For
thanks, Asdeep. Yeah. So just
Thank you,
work
sir.
on your part. So keeping a sword is not enough, I think. So your sword must be like a sharp, and it must be shining. Then only you will be able to kill someone. So uh, be ready with that kind of a sword. I think that will be my suggestion to you. Yeah.
yes.
Thank you,
Not
sir.
just try to keep a sword, which is not a polished and sharp one. Okay. With that, yeah. Thank you so much, guys. Thank you to everyone.
Thank you,
Thanks.
sir. Thank you, Satyajit. Thank you,
Thank
Sudhanshu.
you, sir.
Everybody, have a great day, and we'll see you all in the next video. Bye bye.